Aquarius. Your first card, Ace of Swords, in your present. You know, I'm doing this reading already for the month of September, but I'm gonna be making some relationships with what has been happening during the month of August. Because during this week, I'm publishing this video the third weekend of August, and on the 22 we experience a full moon in your sign. Another full moon in your sign that probably has a lot to do with what has been going on for you since July. Aqua. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that on your last video or your last reading for the month of July, I think I call it Prometheus Unbound. I think that this card has also appeared in that reading. The difference is that this card now is coming in your present, which I really like to see this card coming in the present, because probably whatever you were not able to express out, probably whatever you were not able to see with clarity, to speak your truth, Aquarius. I think that you're in a moment where you are being able to speak your truth, no matter the obstacles, no matter whatever difficulties you had my experience to come out with this clarity. You know, the Ace of Swords is one of my favorite cards in the tarot. Air, energy, and air, it's your element, Aqua. So I very much love to see when I'm starting to do these readings for the signs, like when I see that the present energy is very much correlated to your own element. A victorious truth. Something that you want to say, or that maybe you come to clarity about, or having this idea, having this new idea, this new spark, that might mean as well cutting off something that it's not longer working. A sword, it cuts. Its sharpness, it's meant for cutting when it's necessary, even though it might be difficult. Because when this kind of truth appears, it's almost like it's undeniable, Aquarius. And you know that this is something that might come with a sense of victory over a situation that maybe for a long time has been a struggle for you. Now, what is coming in the past? Eight of Coins. You have been working hard on this. You have been definitely working a lot in your finances, your material life, something that you're maybe becoming an expert, or you have already become an expert in this work, job, or practice that you had been centering your energy into, and maybe even finances, maybe investing something that could bring you a sense of abundance at a long term. Eight of Coins. Material abundance as well. But it doesn't come as the Eight of Pentacles or Eight of Coins is not an energy that comes, it's an abundance that doesn't come just like that, This is something that you need to put, or you needed to put a lot of efforts to get to this abundance. It's not easy work. Now, what is coming in the obstacle? Two cards. Two of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. There has been here an offer maybe a partnership, a collaboration, a contract even maybe with someone, or maybe an organization. Okay, could definitely be something that has been taking you a long time to see coming. Maybe a work, a new job, or an offer, or something that materially speaking you were waiting for quite some time, as I'm feeling the scars, Aquarius. And this is something that emotionally speaking also, I feel that you are, and you were, and you still probably are very engaged to. Two of Cups. Something that emotionally you are very committed to. But you almost feel that this offer or this possibility has taken a long time to come through. Now, let's not forget these A's. Because something here is happening that it's coming to the light probably about the situation that maybe has been stuck for quite some time. Now, what is coming next for Aquarius? The victory, Aquarius. Six of Wands. You know, when you see the scar represented in the Rider-Waite Tarot, the illustration of this card that was designed by Pamela Coleman Smith, she illustrates it as a warrior coming back home after a long battle and coming home on his horse with victory. And I see the crown as well in this Ace of Swords. So there is an important truth, or maybe communication, expression, an idea that is really coming as a truth for you, Aquarius, that is also allowing you to take a move and be victorious about this movement, having a sense of recognition over a situation that probably was stuck for a very long time, as I'm seeing these cards. And I think that this is something that emotionally speaking has been very important for you. You were, or you are still long waiting for this, but maybe something here was not moving or wasn't coming through. Too many cards, guys. I don't take all the cards. Like, if there are too many cards, it's too much. But I always like to look at them. Ten of Goals. As you're coming consciously in this reading, you very conscious of what you want, which is, this is the greatest abundance that you could achieve at a physical level, at least, Aquarius. You are in process here of earning something that you were waiting for a long time, and this is something that is not only that you were waiting for, you were really working your ass off to get to this. Eight of Coins in the past, and then as you're coming here with this Ten of Coins, this is something that you were building and putting a lot of energy and efforts to get to this achievement, Aquarius. And what I'm seeing with the scars is that I really get a sense that something here was blocked. Something here you knew that was gonna come, but you almost felt like this was never coming through. And like you were waiting and waiting, and at the same time I feel like, Aquarius, you still had to pay attention to many details, to planify, to coordinate here something that even maybe has a lot to do with your finances, to arrange a financial situation in your life, or maybe plan on how you were gonna work into this project, and then maybe while you were doing all this and you were at the same time waiting, suddenly something here came through or is coming through to you right now. An important information that I think that this is exactly what is allowing you to take the next step forward, taking that horse and moving towards that goal you have, which this is not little, Aquarius. I think it's like, this is really something that it means a lot to you. Now let's see what's coming in the environment. 2 cards, Justice and the King of Swords. Libra energy in your environment, I mean, and the King of Swords, I mean, this could definitely be that person that maybe has something to do with your finances or your career, and there was this person, I almost feel like has, or they have something very important to tell you. It's like having an important communication here, that it's gonna be what is gonna make to create that balance in the situation so that you could move forward. As I'm feeling this, Aquarius, what is coming in the hopes and fears for Aqua? Hopes and fears for Aqua. Getting that help. Finding, I really feel this, Aquarius. I think that I'm connecting here with an Aquarius that regarding your material life, or maybe a job that you were doing or you're working on right now, you were maybe waiting for some kind of support, you know, like waiting for something to come back to you or somebody to repay you something. 6 of Coins. That really will allow you to, is like maybe have a breakthrough, a situation that it's almost like, I really feel that even if this is something that was just very material for you, maybe regarding your finance, your economic, your personal economies, or the economies of maybe a partner that you have very near you. I mean, during the month of August and full month of September, one of the houses that is gonna be the focus for you, Aquarius, is gonna be your 8th house, the house of Virgo, where we start with the Sun, Mars, and during the 7th, 8th of September, we're gonna have a new moon in this house. So new moon, Sun and Mars in the 8th. And you know, the 8th house is a house, the part that talks about psychology, going deep in on how your environment maybe has an influence in the way you feel and think. And I mean, it's a very deep house, the 8th house. But a part of that, it also talks or has a relation regarding on how the finances of other are influencing you in your life. And I'm seeing this in this reading. Like, also, by the end of September, when we're gonna enter in Libra season, and I'm having here the Justice, Libra card in your environment. Libra represents for you, Aquarius, your 9th house. And the 9th house is from the second half of September. Your 9th house is where Mars, Mercury, and their Sun are gonna be located. So there is a lot of things that are gonna be going on regarding probably something that you are, it's almost like you're learning, you're teaching, but has something to do with maybe someone in your environment that you maybe depended economically from. It could be maybe a boss figure, or just simply a coworker, or maybe, and as I'm looking as well at this coming in the obstacle, maybe it was the finances of a partner, like an emotional partner. Maybe you are in a relationship with someone that you are highly committed to, or maybe you depend, or there is an important emotional commitment with this person, and maybe they experience some issues, or their financial situation was having also an important impact for you, Aquarius. Because what you were hoping here, but probably you are the most scared of, is that maybe whatever you were expecting to get here, and I think this is something very material that you were waiting for a long time, this was something very necessary for you to find a balance in the situation, to feel that you could put the scales at the same level. And get paid. Maybe pay somebody needing to pay back something to you. And maybe this was not something little, maybe this was something actually quite big for you, and that you were like, okay, I mean, this is the moment where I need to get this payment. This person needs to pay me this, or otherwise I'm not able to move, Like, what is going on here? Now, I do see that something here is coming through that it's very important to you. Page of Swords and the Four of Swords coming at the end of this reading. And I'm having the Empress, the Eight of Cups, and the Ten of Swords with the Four of Wands, the King of Wands. Now, Aquarius, I'm gonna dive deeper in this reading. You're in a moment where something is becoming very clear to you. And I really get the sensation here, Aquarius, that this is related to something that you had been working for a long time. Eight of Coins in the past, and I'm having here the Ten of Coins as you come in this reading. It's like, I think that you had been expecting here an important information, maybe an offer, or as I said, getting a support, an economical support that maybe meant a contract, signing a contract. I mean, look at this. King of Swords with the Justice. And what is coming as an obstacle for you right now is the Two of Cups with the Knight of Pentacles. That important engagement that has something to do with your finances. And I see this King of Swords coming with the Justice. This King of Swords might really be as well that person, or maybe, as I said, like institution or organization, that it's like you are expecting information from them, or that you are needing here, or you want to sign something. It's almost like signing papers, documentation, administration, that it's very highly important for you at this moment. Because I think that whatever you're trying to is like get here, I think that this is something that, emotionally speaking, it's almost like it was very difficult for you to feel emotionally balanced because of this situation. Like, you felt that this was something that you were really looking for, working hard on, but it's almost, I feel like, Aquarius, you were not being able to see the results until right now. And because of not seeing these results, it almost felt like, man, I don't see this, and maybe this is what is happening to you right now. Still, that maybe for a very long time it's almost like you could not see this coming, and because of that it's almost like you emotionally were kind of like putting yourself down. And guys, throughout all this month of August, I mean, I'm talking more in a general level, Aquarius, it has been a month, and definitely for you guys, this whole period, I mean, having Saturn and now finally Jupiter since the end of July has been in your sign, Aquarius, this is great, because I think that during this month, maybe whatever you were waiting for, that you felt restricted, it's almost like it's coming back to you, or you're finding here, or you have found here ways on how you could approach these restrictions so you could find more opportunities. That maybe in the past these opportunities, they look quite blocked to you, and maybe throughout the month of August what has been happening is that the opportunities start to open up. Now, the thing is that the most important houses, and you know guys, I'm gonna try to connect this a little bit more deeper with what it's happening in the sky for you through August and September, is like a part of having this 8th house, so very highlighted for you, you know, finances of others, how they are influencing you. Also, the depth of your psychology is like a lot of inner work has been going on here, Aquarius, and maybe this has a lot to do with on how you relate at a material level with your environment. And a part of this house, the 7th house, the house of Leo, it has been a house that during the whole season, and still during this month of September, it's gonna have a big impact to you, because it's your opposite sign, Leo. And the 7th house is a house of relationships, and this is exactly opposing Saturn and Jupiter in your 1st house. So it's a big deal. You know, it's a really big deal, because I think that Aquarians in general, and of course if you are relating with this video and maybe you like to follow astrology, Aquarians, I think that, and most definitely, I mean, during this last full moon, I think this is something that came very clear to you during last full moon in Aquarius on the 20th of July. And then while having this last full moon in August, it's when you are finding the way on maybe putting a close up to these problem, issue, or difficulties that you were going on regarding your relationships and how these relationships were influencing you. Because something here, it's almost like coming so crystal clear to you. And I think that this truth has been clear to you already in the past, but maybe whatever you want to express, whatever you want to communicate, you were not really able to communicate this. It's almost, I feel that until now, this breakthrough, it was so blocked to you, or you felt like it was impossible for you to open up about this idea you have here. And it's kind of normal, like having all this opposition between your 7th and your 1st house, it feels so uncomfortable, because I really think that even though you were really working hard on all these things, and you had start seeing here some abundance, or having here a clear perspective of what you want, what it means this price for you, what it means this goal, what it means this abundance for you, Aquarius. It doesn't have to be only materially speaking, but definitely this is something that it's very much connected to your emotions as well, Aquarius, and what it means this value for you. It's like you went for this period where you feel very pressure about the judgment of other people and probably also your own personal judgment. Like, even though you know what you want and this is something that has become so clear to you and probably already for some time, I think that you didn't, it's almost like you were so imbalanced, or you felt so imbalanced deep within you, Aquarius, that you had difficulties on seeing on how to approach the situation or where to find the opportunity to move on and find that goal and that victory you want to have here. That is, this is very obvious to you. This is not something that you are doubtful about. I think that this is something that you know that you really want and you want to have a move here. But I think that you have been questioning so much yourself, putting so much doubt and pressure on yourself, and at the same time that you were struggling with yourself, Aquarius. I think that you felt the judgment of others as so intense, probably in some moments more than other moments, that I think that it was very difficult for you to kind of have this breakthrough, to speak out, to say, man, fuck it, I'm gonna say this because I feel that this is actually really what I want. And maybe if this was not moving, well, I'm gonna find here the way to make this move. Maybe send a message or have an important communication with someone in your life that maybe there has been some coldness through quite some time. The King of Swords in your environment, this person, I mean, and I'm gonna try to talk at a general level, and maybe this is something that you can relate it more to your work life or maybe regarding a precise relationship in your life, or maybe just relationships in general, Aquarius. And this is just a general reading, so the story, you might see how it fits best for you regarding whatever is going on for you right now. All right, but this King of Swords, it has an energy of someone who is probably very aloof, somebody that doesn't speak much, but when they speak, they are very just and fair with their, it's like with their words, even though they might be very sharp with their words, maybe very cuts, like, somebody that maybe might say something and come as a very harsh truth to hear or to take. But this King of Swords is a king that is a character that is fair, most definitely coming with his justice. This person is in search of balance and is definitely not someone that likes to play. This is somebody that is coming with full honesty regarding whatever situation was going on here. Maybe it's the same person that you are wanting to approach and have this conversation with, and let's say you want to clear out the situation with this person because maybe there was some karma or karmatic situation attached to this person that you knew that regarding whatever you wanted to do next, it's almost like you needed to say something here or to hear something from this person so that you could be able to move forward with success. Now, I do see that no matter what maybe this person might be in your life, this is someone that it's very much close related to this 10 of coins. Somebody that maybe you have seen or you see as I gotta say, Aquarius, I get this vibe very strongly, like somebody that you know that can bring you a sense of happiness in your life. 10 of coins. Sense of like somebody that you see almost as very familiar, even if it would be somebody that you haven't had yet an emotional connection with. I feel that there is a familiarity attached to this character. Somebody that maybe you see as part of your family, or there's something about this person that you feel almost like you would have known them already for a very long time. I don't think that even if you haven't been speaking with this person or the communication with this person, I think that maybe was very cold for a long time, Aquarius. I think that this person is somebody from your long time past. Somebody that you know already at some level, Aquarius. And the energy of this person, it's very fair. They just want to be very truthful. They are not dishonest. I don't see, it's just that this person, it's like they don't like to play and they will cut the BS from the beginning, Aquarius. And to be honest, I really think that this is an energy that can fit you pretty well. Most surely regarding whatever is happening to you right now, which I think that I'm connecting here with an Aquarius, that you were in a moment where you needed to probably work hard in your finance, material life. You were very concentrated in stabilizing yourself at a material level, because you know that there was something here that you needed to balance out in your material life, like maybe, let's say, find a sense of stability back in your life that will allow you as well to maybe open up about an emotional connection you have with someone here that maybe you haven't spoke with in a long time. Or maybe it's somebody that is already present in your life, but you really feel that there has been this much cold energy between the both of you. It could definitely be that this is someone that you have emotions that go beyond like maybe this person might have something to do with an important emotional intimate relationship, no? But it could definitely be as well, as I said before, that this person could just simply be a coworker, somebody that you work with, maybe a boss or somebody that you work with at the same level, but that you had many probably you have to maybe take care of the situation here, that it was quite difficult for you, Aquarius. You didn't see a solution in the situation through a very long time, and maybe for a long time it's almost I see you, Aquarius, that you have been sitting down trying to work on the situation, find a solution, planify, think of how could you approach this situation or this issue with precisely this person. And now I think that there is an idea that is coming to you that might help you out to move forward. And I gotta say, Aquarius, I'm seeing in this situation that I think it's you that is wanting to say something to this person. You're wanting to express something to this person, because you know that this person is not moving. this person is not going anywhere here. This person is sitting in their throne. They might even have a very defensive attitude, or they had in the past. But you know that probably when you will approach them, or in the moment that you right now you're thinking to approach this situation, you know that this person, it's not gonna be very like open in that sense. You know that this person is gonna probably try to be much more rational about whatever you're gonna speak or whatever you wanna communicate to them. You know. But it's almost, I feel like this is not something that you can no longer keep. This is really something that is coming so crystal clear to you that Aquarius, you know that you need to, or you feel that you need to express this message no matter whatever these, or speak your own truth. Because you know that no matter whatever this person will decide to do about this communication, this conversation you want to have, you know that this is something that will bring you some victory. I really think that this is something that also will allow you to clean up whatever was not longer working for you in the past. You know, as I said, you needing to express a sharp truth here that also might bring you the possibility to have a movement here. A movement that it means a lot to you, Aquarius. And now regarding this, maybe talking more about your finances, and you know, at the 20th of September, Aquarius, we're gonna have a full moon in Pisces together with Neptune. I mean, Neptune is one of the ruling planets of Pisces, and this full moon, it's happening in your second house. So this axis between your second and your eighth house, I mean, and talking about finances, and you know, Venus is gonna then move from your 9th to your 10th house. And yeah, Venus going retrograde, Mercury going retrograde. You know, guys, Mercury is gonna start doing a retrograde together with Venus by the 3rd week of September. So whatever you're trying to arrange at, let's say, if there is some papers that you need to sign, if there is administration work that you need to do, or maybe work on your computer, everything that it's kind of like, you know, that you have to arrange maybe via online, or maybe, as I said, this documentation, bureaucracy work that you have to do. And I see it very strongly here in this reading as well, Aqua. I think it really will be good for you to pay attention to these things before the 3rd week of this month of September, because when we're gonna get by the end of September and we start all this retrograde, the energy, it's, I mean, it doesn't mean because Mercury goes retrograde doesn't mean that then you're gonna have only misfortunes. It's not true, okay? But it might mean that then there will be some obstacles, some bumps that might arouse during this period. And actually, Mercury is already in his shadow phase since the end of the 1st week of September. So really, if you're watching this video right now and you know that this is something that you still need to work on, and you know that there is something here regarding your material life, your finances, that you know you need to do, you need to work on so you can find this balance, really do it now. If you need to, maybe send an important email to that institution, that organization that you know they can help you or give you some financial support regarding something that you want to do right now. I really feel that this is the moment, Aquarius. I don't think that this is something that you have to wait for. And actually, to be honest, I think that if you wait for this, I think that this is something that could bring you complications later on. And maybe whatever you are expecting to get right now, if you maybe don't communicate exactly and with all clarity what you want about the situation, this is something that might come as an obstacle later on. So try to be very conscious of this right now, if this is something that is relating or is being kind of a subject for you right now in your life, because I really see that you have a chance here to earn something that I think could really help you out regarding your material life and your finance. And that could also, and probably by the 20th of September, when we have this full moon in Pisces, might give you a new sense of income and value that will be very positive for you, and probably even will allow you here to take a move into or go into a direction that maybe you didn't think it would be a possibility for you, Aquarius. And now is the moment where you're gonna start seeing these possibilities, even though the problems, even though the obstacles, even though maybe these arrangements that I see that are gonna be or are gonna take you some time, or they are taking you quite some time right now. But be clear here, Aquarius. I think that you're gonna have here so much opportunities or new possibilities that might come out, but you're gonna have to be very clear on how and what you want. And probably if you this is something that it's coming as a clarity to you right now, this is the moment to take action. This is really the moment to take action, because I really have this sense that if you wait and you don't take action right now regarding this is something that might be blocked or might be, let's say, put at a waiting process that might take longer than actually you want to and what you were expecting, Aquarius. So if you see that this is something that, oh man, I need to take care of this, oh I need to send this email, oh man, I need to sign this paper with this person or ask them that this precise documentation or information, do it now if you can, Aquarius. Because I really think that if you do it now, this is something that will bring, it's gonna be much more positive for you, even though you know that I think that this is something that at some moments might feel very tiring for you, because I think that you have been working already a long time regarding this, and maybe it's like you had all this time, it's almost like delays where I played, this wasn't moving, then you were expecting to get a message, but the message or that email didn't come when you needed it. So, and I think that if you should really check very well whatever information you're receiving right now, and then if you need to answer to this, pay attention to the details and on how you communicate these. Okay? It's gonna be I feel like this is something very important, or that might have very important consequence in your life right now. Okay? Now, we are ending your reading with this Page of Swords and this Four of Swords. And it does make sense, by the end of September, it's a moment where the energy in general, the collective level, it's gonna do this. Just before we enter again in the last season of eclipses during the month of October. So Venus is gonna be retrograde in your 10th, 9th, 10th house, and Mercury is gonna be in retrograde throughout the whole month of October, since 22 or 23 of November until the end of October. So Jupiter is in retrograde until the end of the year, Saturn as well. I mean, Uranus, I mean, your planet that it's actually right now in your fourth house in Taurus, is also in retrograde in your fourth house. And you know, many people that follow astrology, when they talk about retrogrades, they tend to only talk about the negative sides of the retrograde. And yeah, it's true that some retrogrades, they might feel like more as an obstacle than just like bringing positivity maybe in our daily life. But actually retrogrades, they can also be very positive, you know, because sometimes retrograde energy, it really allows us to take a step back and to reassess whatever maybe in the past we were not able to pay attention to. And I know that when Mercury is being in retrograde and Venus is doing this retrograde, and this is where I see this Four of Swords and this Page of Swords, it's a moment where I see that I think that you're gonna be able to move on with the Six of Wands from whatever situation you felt it was stagnated for some time, and probably this has a lot to do with your finances and your incomes, and maybe the incomes of other people on how they were influencing you. Maybe that organization or institution that had to pay you back money, or tax payment, or mortgage, or I don't know, or maybe that partner that you share an intimate relationship with that was having some struggles regarding their finances. I really think that this is a moment where you will have a clarity over this. And then that clarity, that I think this is something also that you might need to communicate, Aqua, very clearly, as I said. It really will allow you through this most part of a month of September, and probably through the end of August right now, to feel that you can move, to feel that you can have more action, even though you will see the bumps on the way. Now, when we get by the end of September, I think that you're gonna also be in a moment that even though you see the movement as possible, and you're starting to feel something here is coming back to you, and maybe the results of your labor, you know, like the results of this hard work that you were doing for some time, I think it's like the moment that you're seeing the payoff, which is awesome. I think that then you're gonna enter in this moment where you know that you might need some time to rest, some time to probably even also, you know, it's like using this energy of Venus, Mercury in retrograde, and they're gonna be very closely to the Sun in Libra by the end of this month of September. So this is a moment where you will probably be able to be much more in a calm, rested way, where you know that you might need some time to relax, to calm down, maybe to step back a little bit as well. Maybe this stepping back will allow you as well to probably research or analyze a situation, maybe still from far, Aquarius. But I think that this is gonna be very helpful for you, because it's gonna allow you to kind of calm yourself at the mental level, you know, really calm yourself mentally and have a rest from all these things that you had to take care of during this last season. And maybe during this moment that you're gonna be resting, and I think this is really gonna be but for you the end of September, I really see that you're gonna feel that you could find that space, like that safe space where you can chill out, and maybe also start studying, or maybe doing some research about an interest that you have, a new curiosity that you have that maybe until now you didn't have time to do. And maybe during this process of stepping away, having some calm, having maybe some me time, and where you can rest your mind, have some good sleep, Aquarius, Aquarius, I think that then is when all these ideas might be, is that you will be fine or find a process here to reassess or recheck everything that has been going on through this last period. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna leave it at there for this reading, Aqua. I'm leaving all my information below on the description box below. You can find it right there. My email and social media. If you like this video, don't like to subscribe or like, it's a way that helps me to develop this channel, and I just wish you the best for this next period, Aquarius. I think that things are gonna start moving in a much more, positive way here, which I really love. And so just enjoy it, and see you next month, Aqua. Bye bye.